What can I say? When the king returns, he always scores, at least 99.9% of the time. And I got there at a really good time. Apparently, they just had a whole bunch of PS3 games go out on the floor, and they had some good PS4 games that were not there last time I went. Well, it is the tail end of February of 2025, and I just got paid. It's time to do a little game hunting. I'm not sure what my goal is today. Mostly, I think I'm gonna obviously go to a couple of the pawn shops I don't go to most weeks. What I've started doing is certain pawn shops I'll go to every few trips. So I guess kind of a peek behind the curtain. Lately, I've been trying to go game hunting every couple weeks, and I go to certain pawn shops and I'll alternate. So certain ones I haven't been to in probably about 4 weeks, whereas some it's just been 2. Like Cash America, I'm going to go to every week. This one I'm going to go to pretty much every week. Some of the other ones, it depends on the week. But yeah, I'm probably going to try to hit up a number of pawn shops, maybe even AZ Thrift today, see if they've got anything good. So let's start off at our first pawn shop. First stop, as usual, it's Value Pawn. Last time I did pretty well. Let's see if I can do better this time. Let's go. All right, we got a little background music in the background, so I apologize for that, but we did pretty well. It seems like negotiations are getting easier and easier at this place. First time it was pulling teeth to get a decent deal. Second time it was a bit easier. This time it was just a flat $5 a piece, which some of these it's not the greatest deal, but I didn't feel like being picky, especially because they were doing a good deal. So I just bought them all. Picked up a number of games to add to the collection and a few games to trade in that I'll gain at least a little bit. One I'm going to gain a lot on, and we'll talk about that one. So we'll start off with Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures on the PS3. This one I believe I have on the Wii U. I don't have it on PS3. I probably didn't need to pick that one up, but it's not very common to see, and I figure, I'll add it to the collection. Why not? First game to trade in is going to be Monster Jam Path of Destruction on the Xbox 360. This trades in for about $6, even on the 360. So not bad there. So I'll gain a little bit. This one I've heard really good things on. Apparently it's like an arcade racer, but based on NASCAR. So I figured I'd give it a shot. We have NASCAR Unleashed on the Xbox 360. It looks fun, doesn't trade in for much, but I used to enjoy NASCAR back in the day. I haven't watched NASCAR since I was very young. But hey, a fun racing game where you can go off-road and race in NASCARs. Pretty cool. I thought I had this. Apparently I don't. I think I have Forza 3, but I don't have this one. So Forza Motorsport 4 on the Xbox 360. It's a 2-disc copy. Yeah, it's got some good stuff with it. I didn't have it. Figured I'd snag it for $5. Not bad at all. Then we have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the PS4. I have the first one. I don't have the second one. Figured I'd snag it. Another trading game. Monster Jam Crush It on the PS4. Again, this one's worth about $6. A little bit more than that in trade-in. So after the trade-in bonus, I should get like 7 or so. So it's a little bump. Not crazy, but a little bump. Then we have Blood and Truth on the PS4. It's another VR game. I'm kind of getting a little collection of PSVR 1 games because I got a few others recently. So now I'm going to have to get a PSVR 1 so I can play all these. But I figure, if I can find them cheap enough, I might as well grab them. That way, I do plan on getting a PSVR in the future, both 1 and 2, but just didn't want to right now. Then we have Wreckfest on the PS4. Again, another one that's worth about $6 in trade-in, so not bad. Figured I'd snag it for $5. And then the best of them all, and this one, I'm a little surprised they were able to get for so cheap. Spider-Man Miles Morales, the launch edition on the PS4. This trades into GameStop for like $13 on the PS4. Oddly enough, the PS4 version is actually the most valuable of all between that and the PS5. So be on the lookout for the PS4 copy of Miles Morales if you're looking for trade-in fodder for GameStop, because it's worth a lot. So not bad at all. Pretty happy with that score. You know what time it is. It's Cash America time. Will we score again here? Let's find out. Hello. Putting out some fresh stuff?
Yeah, some rough.
Nice.
All the old stuff, I'm just rearranging.
Oh, just rearranging it? Okay.
Only thing that really came out was all these PS3.
All the PS3 stuff? Okay. Nice. I'll definitely take a look. See about that. Here's what I found so far. Let me get out of your way.
No, you
Yeah. Hello. Alright, I think this is a good bundle. Mostly PS3, a couple PS4 in there. Alright. Sounds good. Sounds good.
How's everything?
Been good. Yeah, been good.
We need to start selling some games. Systems anyway.
I'll buy when this stuff new. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we scored. What can I say? When the king returns, he always scores, at least 99.9% of the time. And I got there at a really good time. Apparently they just had a whole bunch of PS3 games go out on the floor, and they had some good PS4 games that were not there last time I went. And I was able to snag all for less than 40 bucks. I think it was $3 a PS3 game and $5 for the PS5 or PS4. All were good prices. So we'll start off with a game that I have the first one on Xbox 360, but I don't have the second one, I have the second one on 360. I don't have the first one. Now I do. Candle Lynch Dead Men on the PS3. All of these are complete in really good condition, so very happy to really beef up my PS3 collection again, except for some trade-ins. Like Mortal Kombat Complete Edition on PS3. That trades in for, I think, $5.50. So I'll get probably 6 or 7 and trade in for it. Then we have this. Now, it says the God of War collection, however, which that's worth trading in on its own. But I opened it. It's not the God of War collection. It is the God of War Saga, which includes 1, 2, and 3. That one's worth more in trade-in. So pretty happy to snag that. I think it's worth like $9. So for 3, very good deal. This game I did not have. Looks interesting. Figured I'd give it a shot. We have Blood Drive on the PS3. This is another one I did not own. I actually never played it. The final Gran Turismo game to come out on the PS3, and that is Gran Turismo 6 on the PS3. It is complete. Good shape there. So yeah, nice snag. Then we have Tekken Tag Tournament 2 on the PS3. That one also trades in for like $5-6. Another good score. This one, I'm pretty sure, I didn't look it up ahead of time, but I'm pretty sure this one actually has some value. I know other game hunting YouTubers have picked it up and we're pretty excited about it. Dragon Ball Ultimate Tenkaichi on the PS3. I need to look up the value for that, but I'm pretty sure it's good. And then my 3 PS4 games, all of which are getting traded in, but they're all pretty solid. We have Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered on the PS4. $5 for that. Dark Souls Remastered on the PS4. $5 for that. Again, good pickup. And of course, Bloodborne on the PS4. So yeah, paid not a whole lot, less than 40 bucks with tax, which I don't normally include tax. So yeah, did really well there. All right, it is time for the final recap. And boy, do we have a haul. Of course, you got 2 more parts of this game hunt to see, involving more locations. But yeah, at the end of this one, it's a pretty spectacular haul. I added a lot of really good games to my collection. A couple not so great ones. And there's a little controversy at the end involving GameStop, but we'll get to that. So let's start off with Value Pawn. The first stop we went to, I traded in a bunch of games and I kept 5. I paid $5 a piece for each of these, which they're technically worth more than that. I didn't necessarily need a couple of them, but they are worth more than that. So that's good at least. So we'll start off with Forza Motorsport 4 on the Xbox 360. Has both discs. It's in good condition. I didn't have Motorsport 4. I believe I have Motorsport 3 on 360, but I don't have 4. Now I do. I paid $5. It's worth 13. Good start there. Next, we have NASCAR Unleashed on the Xbox 360. This is a arcade racing game with the NASCAR license, which is kind of cool. They never made another one of these, and this was one of, I think, the last NASCAR games published by Activision. So, figured it was worth the snag. I always enjoy a good racing game. I paid $5. It's worth 11. So again, good stuff. Then we have a game I technically didn't need, but it's not one you see very often. I figured I might as well. That's Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures on the PS3. I have this game already on the Wii U, so I didn't technically need it, but, you know, It's a Pac-Man game on PS3. Might as well grab it. That one I paid $5. It's worth 13. Then on the PS4 we have Blood and Truth. This is a VR game. I'm steadily building a decent VR collection on the PS4, although I don't have a PSVR. So I'm going to have to get one eventually so I can play all these games, but I have, I think, 3 or 4 different PSVR games currently, so we'll have a little collection there. PSVR game I paid $5, it's worth $9. And then the final game that I kept from Value Pawn is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the PS4. I have the first one already, so I figured I might as well grab the second one. So here it is. Paid $5. This one is worth $9. So those are the games I kept from Value Pawn. I traded everything else in. So now let's go into Cash America, where I kept even less. I only kept 4 games, and they were all PS3. When I came in, they got a very large PS3 trade-in, so I snagged some good stuff, and I especially did well at GameStop, which we'll talk about in a future episode. So we'll start off with Kane and Lynch Dead Men on the PS3. I have the second one on 360. I didn't have the first one, now I do on PS3. It's complete. I paid $3. It's worth $11. That would make it even better, as all of these PS3 games were $3 a piece, which is definitely the right price to pay. Next, we have Blood Drive on the PS3, a action zombie game. I don't know. I heard it's not great, but it's not a game you see very often. I figured I'd pick it up, especially for $3. Are you kidding? I paid $3 for Blood Drive. It's worth $12. Next up, we have Gran Turismo 6 on the PS3. I did not have this one. I have 5 XL, but I did not have 6, so now I do. This was the final Gran Turismo game on the PS3, and the last numbered Gran Turismo game until the PS5. Technically, the mainline Gran Turismo game skipped the PS4. They did release Sport, which I guess is a spin-off, but the mainline series came back on PS5. Well, I guess technically it's on PS4 too. Whatever. Anyway, last PS3 Gran Turismo game. I paid $3. It's worth $15. And then this one I knew was worth something because it's a game I've seen a number of other game hunters pick up. Figured I'd pick it up. We have Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi on the PS3. It's a Dragon Ball fighting game. I paid $3. It's worth $19. So that's what I kept from both of those pawn shops. Obviously, I picked up a whole lot more than that, but that will be talked about on the GameStop episode. So look forward to that. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. Of course, we've got at least 3 more videos coming from this particular game hunting adventure. So stay tuned for those. You're not going to want to miss them. We got some pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.